Well, gents, it seems we're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. And as the truck is stuck here in their thick mud, we'll have to spend the night here. So, until we can release our transit and continue on, here we are.
Aye, it seems that our beastly whale has struck into the seabed where it shall only rest momentarily. Come now, brothers in arms, sit here while break bread with your fellowship, and rest as the blackened night skies pass back today.
So you're telling me that we're stuck between a cold storm and an old rusty fence post?
Seems that way, lad, but no time worth beating around the bush about.
Come now, let's drag our supplies off this ghastly monument and set camp alight in the centre of this open field. Sing solo songs to keep our spirits high.
So the night is truly calm as the ocean. Well, at least that's how my mother would describe it. If she could see me now, I'm sure she would think that I were a fool, sitting here. Although, all the same, even after each demon we face, there is a change in the storm.
Yes, there is, even though nights are long and the roads seem endless. The ocean peace your mother's described is all too clear. We have fought hard and relentless to sit in the unbelievable silence of the night under starlight.
And though wounds take heed and struggle to mend, even in times of struggle and scars, no cask can be broken or hearts poisoned by war. Because our hearts are of our own sound mind and thought. We are who we are.
Well said, lads, very well said. These past days have been rough and honestly unbelievable. Never in my lifetime did I think that a young lad like you, Jacob, would convince me and 2 other soldiers to walk through the Devil's Eye into the unknown. But indeed, here are all together. After gunfire and near-death experience, no one else in this cruel world of ours I'd rather be here with. And if I may, you'll say, I see you all as my brothers.
As do I, Williams. As do I. And I'm sure that everyone else does. Even now, I've realized we don't all fit the bill as much as we ought to. You see, we know how we came together to find Martin, but I wonder if it's not too much to find out our stories, the course that was set on us, how we all came to this soldier's call to arms.
Oh, I see you want our genesis to this story, the origin before the storm. Well, I can't speak for anyone else, but I myself have no problem with you sharing with you.
So do I. Like my brother, I agree to tell you the beginning all the way to the end.
Sure thing, my China. I'd be happy to start a Jack Ornery too about the old days.
Might as well do it. We have plenty of time on our hands. Also, it prevents me from being an apple in a bowl full of oranges. Now, before we begin, I'd like to state that I'm not going first.
No need to get any of your knickers in a twist. I shall go first. I never had to struggle much as a child. Most things were given to me on a silver platter. Even the love of my mother seemed true of heart, but how could I know any different when the life I lived within the grounds of green fields and lavish houses was all the paradise anyone could dream of? My father was quite a nobleman, although he seemed haunted at times by the past he could not escape. I, in respect to my mother's wishes, would never question or challenge him on the fear and torment of his life. But suddenly one night I was awoken to a strange sound in the garden. So I went to my father's office, grabbed his rifle, and went to investigate. When I arrived, there was a man wrapped in cloth stealing from our pantry. I warned him just to scare him away, but little did I know the gun was loaded, and as I stood back, hoping he would flee, there was a large and loud bang. I had hit the anonymous figure right between the ribs. My parents rushed down to see what had happened, and both looked in horror. Later that evening, after the poor man had been tended to by my father, he spoke to me in an unrecognizable tone and explained that this man who had broken in was actually an old friend of his from war. He'd run his luck dry, so he'd entered our home hoping to rest and reunite with an old friend. Weeks went by, and my father, my mother, and I did not speak until the letter arrived, and then things really changed. Soon, after my father left and my mother became broken and brittle, we spoke at dinner of times we had spent in the garden and trips we had taken, though nothing stopped us from wondering whether he was alive. Days later, I received a telegram stating that my father was missing in action. So, as I was old enough, I went and signed up to fight, in hopes that I might finally get the answers.
And how about your mother? How did this make her feel?
Honestly, it killed her to see me go, but still we write every month, on the 1st, to remind her that I'm still searching, still trying to keep my promise.
And what was your promise, Peter?
To help the wounded, and to save the lost, return them from home, whether by ID tag or being alive. I promise to honor and remember everyone.